Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge, and this is going to have to take place also in Georgia and with the special counsel as well, almost certainly. But it has to take place in New York. NBC News, Manhattan DA sues Representative Jim Jordan to block GOP inquiry into Trump case. Sorry, can't do that, according to Jonathan Turley, according to Alan Dershowitz, because it is Alvin Bragg who utilized a federal statute that doesn't exist, thus jumping into the federal realm, the federal courts, the House of Representatives. It is the state prosecutors who jumped into a federal issue or a federal indictment. Okay, generally, if there's a federal indictment, according to Alan Dershowitz and others, and Jonathan Turley and other legal scholars, if there's a federal indictment, then yes, Alvin Bragg has no problem, and the Manhattan DA has every right to include that as part of an indictment to elevate misdemeanors. The FEC did not even fine Trump. They fined Clinton and the DNC. They didn't fine Trump. CNN, Manhattan DA Bragg sues GOP House Judiciary Chairman to prevent interference. Wall Street Journal, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg sues Jim Jordan over Trump case. He'll lose that. It'll go to the Supreme Court. Even if he wins it, it'll eventually go on appeals to the Supreme Court, because it is Alvin Bragg and the Manhattan District Attorney that fabricated a federal crime that didn't exist. There is no federal crime. What did Trump do? What criminal act did Trump commit? The FEC fined President Obama's campaign $375,000 in 2008. The FEC fined Hillary Clinton's campaign, and I think Clinton will be the 24 nominee, but fined Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2016, or because during the 2016 campaign, she purchased the Steele dossier, completely fabricated false allegations against Trump. She was fined along with the DNC. The FEC looked at the payment to Stormy, which did not come from Trump's campaign money. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. To my new Patreons, thank you. If you enjoy this channel, you want to see this channel go to 300,000 subs and beyond. If you enjoy my work, your Patreon support is so appreciated. I don't have sponsors yet for this channel. I'm looking into that, but your Patreon totally sponsored in terms of Patreon by my viewers, and your support is greatly appreciated. The super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. You can go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Go to contactgoodman88@gmail.com to become part of a newsletter. And ladies and gentlemen, there was no FEC crime. So what Alvin Bragg did and the Manhattan District Attorney did is the following. What the Manhattan DA did is the following. They accused Trump of committing 34 separate crimes. So 34 felonies. These are really actually misdemeanors. These are payments to Michael Cohen that the New York prosecutors state were misrepresented, that were not filed correctly as legal expenses for a business. Okay, so they're trying to get him on, every single way possible. Meanwhile, Hunter has a laptop from you-know-where. There's like endless felonies there. It's a complete joke. But anyway, what happened was there are 34 misdemeanors, because what Trump did, let's say that he didn't actually report what Michael Cohen did correctly. Okay, that's only a misdemeanor. Because Michael Cohen started a shell company. Trump was the one who was the victim of extortion. Stormy Daniels almost certainly had something to do with Democrats or operatives or public relations executives, whatever. Waited until October and said, you better give me some money, honey, $130,000, or else I will go to the press. And whether she said, I'll ruin your campaign or your brand, who knows? But that is an attempt at extorting money. It worked. Michael Cohen gave the money, but you don't know what the conversation was. Almost certainly Trump had the affair. Trump said, go ahead, take care of it. And Michael Cohen took care of it. That is still, even if that actually happened, it's still not a campaign finance violation, because all Trump has to say is, I didn't want my wife to know. I didn't want my family to know. It's embarrassing. Also, it hurts business, the brand. Okay, what Trump has his name on hotels, on ties, whatever. It's a brand on a reality show. So, under the FEC laws, you don't need to actually, if it's a personal expenditure, has nothing to do with the actual campaign, you're not afraid you'd lose votes, and he wouldn't even lose one vote. Not one person would have said, I'm not voting for Trump. I can't believe he had a romantic relationship with this, very attractive star. Okay, nobody would say that. So it's not even a campaign finance violation if he used his own campaign money, but he didn't. Michael Cohen, through his attorneys, stated through his attorneys and to Congress, said he never committed a campaign finance violation. It was all through his own money, and it was legal expenses based on a legal framework. See, this is not servers. See, Democrats actually commit crimes with servers and laptops and emails. Like, they're caught in the act. With Trump, it's like, oh my God, how do we get him? Oh, okay, misdemeanor. It's elevated to a felony because of a federal crime, and the FEC didn't even fine him. Oh no, what do we do? So it doesn't list the federal crime within the indictments. And then the Manhattan DA said, well, we don't have to. But they didn't do so because there was no federal crime. That's where Jim Jordan enters. And the Supreme Court, and I'll do a segment in a couple hours on this, has already overturned convictions. I talked about that yesterday. The Supreme Court has overturned many convictions. And in terms of standing or jurisdiction, or, if you're a state prosecutor, focus on state crimes. If you want to focus on a federal crime, make sure the federal crime already exists. Don't pretend that a federal crime has existed because you think it took place. Because it didn't take place. The FEC had a chance to. The FEC fined Clinton, fined President Obama, did not fine Trump. Again, when you have the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats, and they say, well, how can you vote for Trump? He's so corrupt. They don't know. Do you understand? They're completely shielded from the reality of what's going on. You don't like Trump's personality? Fine. You don't like his policies? They're better than what the dystopian nightmare we see now in terms of the economy and foreign policy. But do not say he's corrupt or more corrupt than... I don't even see what the corruption is. He's been investigated and accused. And the allegations cause more investigations, and the fanfare and the frenzy and the apoplectic, hysterical coverage of Trump overshadows the reality of crimes within the Democratic Party. So don't say he's corrupt. The man is the least corrupt politician we've ever had. And if that sounds outlandish, ask yourself what crime he committed. And if he tried to overturn, Democrats did worse than that. Democrats have done on every single issue, classified data, what he's accused of in Georgia. Do you think the philanthropy, the foundation of Bill and Hillary actually has correct reporting when they're getting Uranium One money? It's like unbelievable. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now. The DA is relying on a federal crime, which brings Jim Jordan into it. Jim Jordan's not interfering. It's the DA that went to the federal government. Give me your thoughts below. Be hearing about